This video is exactly to prove you I got lots of fish.
From their nature, they go against the currents.
I'm going to fish right here. Are coming this way very strong.
Whoa. Another day finds me out in the blue. This time not standing on the rocks. But let's be honest, I can't stay too far away from them, so today we keep them in the equation. And today we flip the table. Most of you are used to watch me fish calm water, hunting predators in almost dead currents. But today's fishing has another phase, a much more aggressive one. Strong currents, fast drifts, violent strikes, a technical jig work, and a fish that punishes every mistake you make. In this video, I am going to break down the conditions I look for, how currents completely change the game, the jigging style I use, lure selection, boat positioning, and why sometimes the difference between an average day and a complete chaos is just a few meters of moving water. And trust me, today's fish loves chaos.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and the beautiful Mediterranean Sea. Despite the beauty of the waters, sometimes the fish that live inside them are not the easiest targets. And for sure, no one can claim that he's going to Mediterranean Sea to get tons of fish. Sometimes it happens, of course, but this is not the reality. It is true that through the years, things have become really hard for fishing, and the fish are less and way more smart than they used to be. That of course doesn't mean that we can only enjoy the beautiful waters for swimming. We can always have some really good results as long as we follow
the rules of the sea.
And that's the most important thing, guys. The most important thing. In most of my videos, you have heard me saying that I'm waiting for the shift of the currents. The moment that the currents slow down, the flow gets less, and the moment that the waters stay almost still or with very slow flow, I take the advantage to go after some really awesome catches. Is this the main rule? Unfortunately, because I mostly focus on barracudas, snappers and groupers, yes, they love the really slow flow, and with a very strong currents, they are not very active. This is not, of course, the rule, but that's what happens 90% of the times. Unfortunately, many anglers that are watching my videos have put in their minds that we go fishing only on the moments that the currents slow down. No. This video is exactly to prove you that it can be the other way around. Not for the same targets, but for different targets. So, with strong currents, we are going to find other species, the pelagic. Some fish like albacores, bonitos, and amberjacks, of course, they love strong currents. And when strong currents appear in one area, especially after the change, they bring food, and all the bait fish can gather on the surface to eat. However, the bait fish are exposed to strong water movement, and they are not very capable of protect themselves. So they stay in big packs and wait for the bigger fish to eat until they have full belly. So that's, let's say, the protection of the numbers. If there were only 5 sardines, for example, on the top water, they wouldn't stay in the middle of the sea. However, If there are hundreds or thousands, they stay, they eat, and of course some of them are sacrificed for the bigger fish that are attacking from below in the strong currents. Having said that, today I'm going to try to get some pelagic albacores, amberjacks, whatever I can get. The moment of the season is excellent for amberjacks, and hopefully I might be able to get some. Join me. This video is going to be epic, hopefully. You can't believe how many times, guys, I started a video saying that this video is going to be epic and I got nothing. But hopefully this will this will nail it, because the conditions, the moon, everything is perfect and the currents are exactly as I want them to be. Powerful. As I have said, we always retrieve our lures against the current. It doesn't matter if they are jigs, top water lures, minnows, sinking pencils. You have to retrieve them against. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to position my boat on the drop-off, and I will cast parallel with the drop-off, because I feel that the fish will be there attacking on every bait fish that comes through. So as you can see, guys, I am trying to find a good position to put my boat. I can see that the currents are coming this way very strong, so I really need to position myself exactly where I believe it's for the best casting and retrieve. So as we know, the currents are changing every 6 hours approximately. So the other days I was fishing during the shift. So during the shift, the change of the direction of the flow, the currents drop, and then they start to grow. So in these 2 hours, the currents, before they stay totally still, 1 hour before, 1 hour after, they have a very slow flow, and that's perfect for barracudas, snappers and groupers. But today I'm gonna take it the other way around. So if the currents are changing direction at every 6 hours, so here is the one shift and here is the other, so here is the slow flow and here is also the slow flow, then I'm going to fish whoop, right here, guys, exactly on the powerful moment of the currents. Having said that, I have 2 hours of super strong currents for Mediterranean, because if you go to Atlantic, then you will know what super powerful current means. However, here I'm exposed in open waters and the currents are going to be formidable for 2 hours. And these 2 hours are exactly the moment I have to get some nice fish.
The flow of the water feels more like a river than the sea. Currents crash onto the rocks, creating turbulences everywhere. Everything is alive. Everything moves. On the surface, the familiar oily patterns of the current draw a visible map, showing exactly where the cast needs to land. To most people, it just looks like nothing. To an experienced angler, it's information.
There are strong currents, extremely strong currents, but I'm going to use Garzilla. Yes, that huge jig that is made out of zinc. This is the 70 grams and it's huge. It has the size of a 120 gram lead jig, probably even more. This will get the attention for sure, and the realistic needlefish shape, along with a very strong flattering action, for sure will get all eyes on it. However, because it's zinc also and it's light, it will be very easy for me to jig. And because also the depth is not very much, is no more than 15 meters, it's perfect to have more air time and allow me to control it perfectly. Plus, the super hydrodynamic shape and the material, zinc, it will help me jig very fast without fatigue on my body and leaving enough power to the rod to set the hook properly. Okay guys, let's see, will this work? The big packs of bait fish I can see on the surface. So I will always try to cast behind the bait fish and retrieve under them. That's a very dirty plan, isn't it?
Whoa, probably another amberjack. Yeah, it's an amberjack, and it's not alone.
See? Ooh. Oh. Look how many are underneath. You see them? Nice one. Oh, from one hook, you see? Yeah. Oh. Of course.
Come here. Stay. Okay, you're tired, I know. Come on. No. Whoa. Huh. You see?
Whoa. Yes. Guys, today I'm using W8 offshore power cast, 22 to 82 grams. It's an insane rod for this purpose. It's an all-around rod, not very stiff. It can control a big fish easily, but still give you enough sensitivity to feel everything that happens on your lure or on your jig. And the most important, it's unbreakable. It has extreme reserve of power and extreme curve ability. So even if a big fish runs under your boat, no worries, that rod can handle it. I have combined it with a 6000 reel, a high gear, of course. The braid is PE 2.5 Westin Oceanic forged. It's a 8+1 strand braid, made in Taiwan, extremely strong, and I have made it to change colors every 10 meters, but subtle colors. Not red, not yellow, not colors that can actually annoy fish, especially in the shallower areas and such clear waters. And still I can count the dive of my lure, so I know exactly at what depth I am at any time. I'm using our Stiffness 1 fluorocarbon leader, which is extremely strong, powerful, and can handle a strong scratch on the rocks without tearing apart. Because exactly the waters are extremely clear and it's shallow, I am using 0.47, a bit risky, but I don't wanna use thicker, I don't wanna worry the fish. So that's the gear that I'm using today, and as you can see, it rocks. Amberjacks need fast reactions on your lure. No matter what kind of lure it is, you should always use it fast.
Usually, in strong currents, anglers tend to work their lure slower, giving predators more time to track them down and commit to the strike. But amberjacks do not play by those rules. Many times, the more aggressive and faster the retrieve becomes, the more their instinct switches on. Speed triggers violence. These fish are built to hunt in heavy moving water. They are not afraid of the current. Actually, they use it better than we do.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Oh. Oh, I can see some rocks down there. This one is smarter. This one goes directly in the rocks. But the thing is that from their nature, they go against the currents, so it comes towards me. And that's a really big advantage. Yes. Whoa, 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 whoa. Ha. Yes. Okay. Yes, you can get tired nicely. Another amberjack. Ooh, not very happy. Guys, look how this rod works.
But once the fight moves under the boat, the current stops being your ally. Down there, the flow works in the fish's favor.
Whoa. Yes. Yes. Nice. Ha. Good. Come on, I will release you also. Where is my lip grip? Okay. Here is my lip grip. Come here, amberjack. Yes. Come here. We can be friends. Whoa. Yep. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yes. You see? Wait. So, And then, oh, yes, baby. Ready? Are you ready, baby? Ready, ready, ready. Whee! Come on. Yes. Bye-bye. Oh, the others are still down there, huh? Ha. Let's see if I can get one of the others. This is going to be super fun if it works. Woo. Let's see. They say fish that you can see, you cannot catch. That's what they say. Whoa. They're still down there, but they're much smarter now. Nope.
After every fish I release, I wait a bit and then I cast. I don't cast immediately. Okay, sometimes I do under the boat because I see the amberjack that followed the hooked amberjack. But as you can see, they never bite under the boat. No. Even the smaller ones are very smart. I don't need to mention anything about the big ones because the big ones don't stay long under the boat.
Time to change color. Garfish.
When amberjacks hunt, they are very competitive, and this is something we should take in our advantage. Okay, so not very slow jigging actions, fast. Don't worry, even if you could use the fastest reel in the world with the fastest jigging style, amberjacks are 10 times faster than you. So don't be afraid to give some speed and trigger them, their instinct and their competition. Don't give them time to observe because eventually they will know what happens and they will avoid your jig. Okay?
Oh, 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 oh. Yes.
What a game, guys. What a game. Insane. I love it.
Come on. Come on. Why are you going under the boat? Ah, a baby. No, baby. But even babies are so strong. Woohoo! Ho, ho, ho. Whoa. Come on. Yes. Hoppa. Yes. Ah. Come on.
Especially now that it's summer and the temperature is really high, you don't have too much time to take photos and videos if you plan to release the fish. And guys, we always need to release. Okay? Guys, as you have seen, amberjacks are getting more and more rare in Mediterranean. So, come on, we have to release, okay? I will keep one to enjoy with my family, but no more. Okay, guys?
Today I'm on my smaller setup, the Escape 24 aluminum rib 3.8 meters of pure strength and speed. Compact, efficient and surprisingly stealthy, exactly what I need to stay on the fish without announcing my presence like a tourist ferry.
Insane, guys! The lure are taking flight and magic happens.
Whoa.
Staring at the surface, reading every bait fish trace, trying to see what's moving out there. And I know that it's coming, I can hear the water drumming through the waves loud and clear. Oh, the lures are taking flight, cutting through the blue and white. Everything is gonna be alright. Yeah, we're casting out tonight. The ocean's getting restless, like the bait start to scatter. Predators are closing in, drums are drumming as the tide goes passing by. The lords are taking flight over reefs and open wide. Everything is gonna be alright. Yeah, we're casting out tonight. Don't look back, don't look down. We're the hunters where fish are bound, running wild and running free. Oh, the lords are taking flight, chasing shadows left and right. Everything is gonna be alright. Yeah, we're casting out tonight. We're casting out till
Come on. Good. Good. It will be fine.
It seems that we have really good success, but observe, guys, the bigger ones stopped biting. They are still there, but they stopped biting. Now the smaller ones will bite. They are more stupid, of course, but that's it, it's still fun. The fish eventually will stop biting. They will slow down and then stop. I know, so I'm enjoying as much as I can for the hour that I still have.
I know there are still fish in the area, but I also know they understand exactly what is happening down there. And as you can see, now they are much more reluctant to strike. So it's time to adapt. I'll change my jigging tempo, adjust the rhythm, refine the movement, and try to convince them that this piece of metal is not a trap, but a desperate needlefish trying to survive in the current. Sometimes, that tiny difference in presentation is all it takes to switch a smart predator back into attack mode.
Oh. Wow. Whoa! Oh! Oh! Well, that looked a bit bigger. Or it's my idea. Look at this. Whew. Hello. Ah. Yes. Whoa, yes. Ha. Ha.
Come on.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Beautiful. Whoa.
Of course, after so many catches and releases, these fish have learned their lesson. If I wasn't releasing them, the numbers would be much more. That's a fact. But there is nothing in this world that would make me change that. I'll always choose one or two proper fish and sleep proud at night rather than a massacre that slowly empties the future of our fishing grounds for the next generations. We don't just fish for today, we fish for what's still coming. However, I might have some more assets up my sleeve to play and get a couple more. Wanna see?
They started to get more careful. They don't strike with the appetite of the beginning. Two reasons. Of course, they understand that something is going on, of course. And secondary, the currents are dropping. The currents are dropping. The bait fish have more control of movement and action. And the pelagic fish that can overpower very easily even the strongest currents, they lose their main advantage. It seems that if I want to get another fish, there's only one way. The Kuda Kid. I can use it with two ways, with a normal jigging or very fast walking. And my last hopes are on this lure. I don't think they will bite anything else. Let's see.
Whoa. Swell.
Sometimes, a completely different lure, one actually built for this kind of fishing, can give you that extra edge, or more honestly, that extra fish. Because in this game, small details don't just matter, they decide outcomes. This lure is meant to work fast and slow. In this case, I'm going to use it Amberjack style. That sounds familiar. The fish are still very cautious, but they will not resist to the new action and the new trap.
Whoa. 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 Oh, yes, of course. Come here. Yes. Okay. Not very. Hey, 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 hey. Yes, yes. Whoa, yes. Bye bye. Ooh.
I will continue with Kuda Kid, but I will change to jigging style, as this lure is perfect for performing jigging also.
Popo.
As you can see on the surface, the current has almost completely dropped. The water flow is fading, and this is exactly the confirmation experience has taught me to read. Amberjacks will step aside when the energy disappears. Now, it's the turn of other predators, the ones that don't rely on fast-moving water, to move in and take their share of the game. Long story short, if you are a bait fish in this world, there is no happy life for you.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. Oh yeah. Yes. Yes. Oh. Barracuda, eh? Yeah, barracuda.
And the barracuda. Very aggressive. Very, very aggressive, you see? Barracuda. That goes to the grill. Absolutely.
Kuda Kid gave me one more amberjack. But now, things are getting significantly harder. If I switch focus to barracudas with Kuda Kid, now that the currents dropped, we are heading into a completely different story, and probably a very long video. So I leave that for now. I don't like pushing a spot beyond its limit. Not the fish, and not the pressure. I'd rather step back, keep this place clean, and come back another day with the right lures, the right timing, and the right conditions. Moon phase, current direction, everything aligned. And when that happens again, we'll have another Amberjack party.
No need to keep casting. Of course, the fish are gone. If I keep pushing, I might get some more, but doesn't make any sense, right? That's enough. Lots of fun today. So guys, I got lots of fish. My idea and my strategy of fishing in the currents paid off. for different fish. So guys, that doesn't mean that you have to stay home every time that you see that the currents are very strong. No, you go fishing all the time. And the sea will decide what will give you, but you have to follow the rules and you have to listen to the sea. Don't do whatever comes in your head. Cowboy style fishing, it's not very effective. The years that we are going through, things have become a bit difficult, but still, if you follow some strategies, you will have really good results. 100%, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to support me further, you can follow the memberships subscriptions. Lots of cool videos there, tips, tricks, and more. However, if you want, I still love you. It's exactly the same, and still thank you for your time spent in my videos. It was fun, lots of fish, respect for the sea, respect for the fish, and love, guys, love. Okay, thank you, tight lines, and promise me that you will always be safe out in the blue. Okay.